What's up and welcome to Zero to X. My name is Daniel and today with me as always.
Hey guys, my name is Amara.
What's good, what's
Bro, I'm
good?
great, man. How you doing?
Whew. Someone asked me that question this morning.
Okay.
It's not the kind of question I like to just say, I'm fine, I'm good, how are you doing?
Same.
I remember saying, and she's a pretty close friend of mine, so while responding to her, I remember saying, okay, I was actually pretty impressed with how concise I was with my response. That was a true response.
Okay.
That was not a "I'm fine, how are you." I was able to tell her, okay, this is how the past couple of weeks have, because it was like a quick catch up. We had been trying to catch up for weeks, man. I was like, yo, like she just texted me out there, like, yo, like we have not caught up our quarter. And I was like,
bro,
we might as well just
man.
text.
Yeah.
And then whenever we can find time to hang out, we hang out. So
Yeah.
I just gave her like really concise,
Yeah.
So what's been going on? Visioning, man. Visioning, like bro, every other day I'm calling her, every single day, multiple times in one
Guys, my
day.
phone doesn't sleep now.
Bro, I'm calling our guy. We should try this.
Yeah.
Esosa is tired of me. Esosa can block me. Guys, Esosa is our video editor, is our producer, everything.
Yeah.
Nobody shit, everything he does.
Bro, he's the magician.
Esosa
He's
can
your
block me. I'm not even like Esosa can block. The moment he just says, "Do you have some time to talk?" I know he says, "Sure," yeah, but like this guy's called me. So yeah, it's been exciting because I'm excited about what the future holds for Zero to X, for some of the other things that I'm doing.
Yeah.
But it feels like Zero to X and everything that we're trying to do is becoming a more prominent, bigger part of what this year is going to look like, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
But in the same vein, I'm also being acutely aware of the amount of hard work and sacrifice pulling off these dreams. Like our greeting in Zero to X is our dreams are on the line. We don't say good morning, good afternoon.
Our dreams are
on the line. Half a
Bro. And why I like that statement is because when you think about the reality of the statement here, it forces you to not allow certain things to be excuses.
Yeah, it really is what it is, right?
Yeah.
So it's like our dreams are on the line. This is how far. Where's the shorts? Where
are the updates?
Do you know what's crazy? I think I can say this here. We had to, on the night before the release
of
what should have been episode 2.
Oh my god.
I was just like, yeah, I'm not feeling.
Yeah. I mean, guys, these are growing pains, man.
These are growing pains.
Pains. But the thing is, we want to ensure that as much as possible, we give you guys the best that we can offer.
100%.
Yeah.
So what should have been episode 2? I just woke.
Redacted.
Or like, yeah, like this isn't going on.
Oh my god.
And Esosa worked extra hard.
He did.
On that episode, bro. He's tearing up in
We love you, bro. We love you. Oh my god.
So yeah, so that's how the past couple of weeks have been for me. I'm excited about what the future holds. Like one of my guys, Olamiko, loves to say, exciting times ahead. Like I'm super excited about it.
Exciting times. I love that so much.
I'm also acutely aware of what the level of sacrifice, the level of hard work, pulling all of these things off, like what it's going to take. I'm also acutely aware, not in an overbearing way, but in an, this is what this takes.
Yeah.
These are the stakes. This is what it costs, and we just have to show up every single day and pay it. That's what it has to be.
Bro, I like what you said because it's something I've been thinking about more recently. I mean, it's something I've talked about a number of times on the podcast.
Yeah.
Especially in season 1, guys.
Yeah.
But I found myself thinking about it a lot more these days, and it's that the goals we set aren't as important as the things that we understand to be the sacrifices and the systems that we need to set in place.
That's interesting.
Try the systems.
Yeah, that's interesting.
To execute on the day-by-day basis. Especially because it's very easy to set goals. Super easy to set goals. But you would find that this is the thing. You need to make the goal be designed in such a way that the things you do on a day-by-day basis would automatically get you there. So the goal is no longer something that seems so far off. It's just simply, if I do these things day by day, week by week, it will be unreasonable to think that I wouldn't get here after that.
That makes sense.
The time frame
that makes a lot
can
of
be
sense.
very inconsequential sometimes when
That
you think
makes a lot
about
of
it. But I found
sense.
myself thinking about it a lot these days.
That makes a lot of
Like
sense.
we're setting all these big goals and all these things, but it's a good thing that we are aware of the sacrifice.
Yeah, we are aware of
that is required.
100%.
And we are aware of the things we are putting in place as systems
100%.
to make it work day by day.
Yeah. So that's how my own week was. What's new in your world?
Bro, there's nothing new in my world. There's nothing new in my world, but it's been an interesting week. So you know that thing I told you guys about taking your own advice? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm big on that now.
Yeah.
Not like I haven't been big on it, but we've said this a number of times.
Of mind.
Yes, we've said this a number of times in 0 to X.
Yeah.
That this podcast allows us to collect our thoughts in a way that we can consider it to be an open journal of sorts.
100%.
And so what that does for us is it allows us to introspect ourselves. Yeah. And say, oh, yeah.
So true.
Yeah. So as much as it seems like we are having a conversation where, and we always say this, that these conversations are just Daniel and myself.
What we would
what we'll talk about on a normal day. But in having that conversation and talking about taking your own advice, I found that for the past week, I was very, very, very intentional about making sure that everything that goes on in my life is designed in such a way that I am sure that I'm doing the things I would have naturally said to somebody else to do for myself. Yeah.
That is a really important thought, especially because, and I think it's impressive because it means you're not a hypocrite.
My brother,
it means
you people should know.
Yeah,
I don't like to joke with what I say.
Amara's reputation.
I genuinely. Let's have this conversation. I genuinely don't know how some people do it. Yeah, but for me, it's such a big deal. Yeah, to open my mouth or say in text that I'm going to do something,
and then you don't do it.
Because if I say I'm going to do it and I don't do it, like I feel bad about my reputation. I genuinely don't know how some people are able to say something and then be like, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry." And then another, I'm sorry, another day. I'm not dragging you guys, all of. But I don't know how people do it genuinely.
Yeah.
But you would find that if you consider your personal growth to be a big deal, one aspect of that growth is being able to keep your word to yourself.
Yeah.
Did you get me? So it's, I said I was going to show up by so and so time to so and so. I did it. Yeah. Somebody asked me for a deliverable. I delivered it at the time that was expected.
Yeah.
It's those kinds of things. Just keep your word to yourself. So I genuinely don't know how people do it, man.
I love it. That was a thing I started internalizing, like I think a year or two. Yeah. More intentional, like more type of mind that, see, if I'm going to say I'm going to do, especially then when I had the pen chance to just say yes to every single thing.
Yeah, guys. Oh my God. I wish you guys knew Daniel.
Deliverance.
I wish you guys knew Daniel 2 years ago.
Deliverance.
Oh my God.
God.
Proper evolution has taken place in this man.
Deliverance, man.
I love it.
Deliverance. So like I think that's a really important point that we take our own advice. We tell you to take your own advice, but like we also take our own advice. Yeah. We have really interesting thoughts today.
Bro.
We have a really interesting topic to talk about today.
Bro, guys, we want to talk about self-management. The idea being how to be at your most productive, how to be your most productive self. Yeah. Daniel, as somebody who has really begun to take productivity very seriously over the past year plus and trying to identify what it means to be thorough.
Yeah.
How would you describe what it takes to be your most productive self?
I think a better way to even title the self-management would be self-leadership. I think that might even be. Like, I don't disagree. I think that might be a better placeholder to.
But interestingly, before we go on, I found that people don't really like self-leadership. The self-leadership conversation.
No, bro,
it's not about accountability. Exactly. Don't like.
With a baby arm. It's why we don't say discipline. But by the time you put together every single thing that we're asking you to do, you realize it is discipline.
It is.
We can't. We don't have to say it. We just care about you.
We care. We do, guys. Oh my God.
If I tell you it's this, and it's less palatable to receive, right?
The place in which it is as important.
Do you understand? So like we don't need to guide the authors, bro.
Guys, ignore everything you just said the past minute.
Just ignore.
Go on.
Okay, but guys, the thoughts that Amara and I are about to share or talk through, I kid you not, they have the ability to change your life.
They do. They do.
At least you can bear me witness. It changed mine.
I can bear witness. It changed mine.
It changed mine. Self-management, self-leadership is, and I'm a fundamentalist. I like to take things from first principles, right? So while, yes, we will get into the nitty-gritty of how you be your most productive, how you feel your most fulfilled, because that is an important part of self-management, how all of those things work together. You feel like when self-management is properly done, when self-leadership is properly done, you feel like you are doing what you're supposed to do at the time you're supposed to be doing it. Nothing is rushing you. There is no anxiety with that one email or one phone call. You are not mistakenly not opening messages because you don't want to have to deal with things. Your mind is just clear. It is free, right? Because essentially you have accounted for everything that should be accounted for.
Yes.
Even what is new, you know how to think of it and classify it as new.
Yes.
And how to appropriate it.
Yes.
Like, this is what your life can look like.
Yeah.
That you're not bothered about, but like the message your boss sent you the night before, that your intention is not open until the next day.
Anxieties.
Like, bro, the anxiety and dread of by the time you hear Slack or Teams ringtone, you go like,
who is messaging me?
Like, what? Which of the things that have I not said? Like, bro.
Oh my God.
You were living perpetually in deadline. Like, no.
Yeah.
When self-management, work almost seems to become fun.
I completely agree, bro.
It almost seems to become fun.
I completely agree.
So what does that look like? I'm going to try to generalize it and then personalize it so you can see the nuances of how it worked for someone like me.
Yeah.
And I will share his thoughts as well.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how it worked for someone like him.
Yeah.
But my case was more dire.
The dreams on the line.
Bro, dreams on the line.
There's a version of Daniel that you guys need to have met. But I mean, it's fine. Here we go.
God did, bro. God did. Okay, so what self-management looks like is being in tune with vision and what makes you feel fulfilled.
Okay.
This as a first step, because at least now you know what to focus on. You know what to care about.
Okay.
You know what to not care about. You know the things to make a sweat of. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it's like, oh, I don't need to, for instance, now, I love music, but because of self-management, Amara and I have talked about like the language of music and how, like just before we got into this conversation, we're talking about how now as older human beings and musicians, we are listening to Fela and Lagbaja, and
we just appreciate them a lot more now. A lot more. Those guys are proper musicians.
My God.
And like he just said, I didn't appreciate this at all in my younger years. But I found myself in January listening to Lagbaja, and I was like, as a musician,
he's brilliant. God,
this guy's impressive, man. Yeah,
he's brilliant.
Listening to Fela, and I'm like, damn.
I played Water
Troll yesterday. Like, I understand the hype.
I played Water Troll yesterday, man. It was wild.
Yeah.
So so back to the example I was about to give. So I love music, but because of self-management, I know how much attention to give to music. I'm not bothered about, I didn't practice today, I didn't touch my guitar today, I didn't write or produce or make. I'm not bothered about it because I know the amount of attention to give to it. Right? So self-management says, these are the things that are important in my life. This is how they contribute to my success, to my fulfillment, to my happiness, right? And this is the energy, or these are the inputs, the resources, the effort that each of these things take. So self-management, we knew, and we said we did an entire episode in season 1 on self-awareness.
Yes.
It is knowing that this is what my ideal life looks like. This is what success looks like for me. This is what fulfillment looks like for me.
Yeah.
These are the things that are responsible for it. Yeah. And then these are the inputs, the efforts, the resources, the time, the energy that these things require.
Yeah.
Yeah. For everything to work as it should.
Yeah.
So in the first place, that knowledge, that self-awareness that these are the things that I'm going to focus on. Like, this is our area of concern.
Yes.
This is our area of control.
Yeah.
Every other thing is everything that's in the universe. But what we care about, what we can affect, what we should, it's not. This is why self-management is important. It's not about what you can do. It's about what you should do.
Understood.
I can play guitar. I can play piano.
Yeah.
I can play basketball.
Yeah.
But should I? Is it a good idea for me to be spending 2 hours at the court every day?
Yeah. I think there's a POV that would help to really cement this thoughts that you just shared. And it's that leadership in itself is taking a follower to a destination.
100%.
So in this case now,
you're taking yourself.
You are taking yourself to a clear destination. Now, what is that destination? The future version of your life.
That ideal.
Exactly. That
vision
ideal
that you see.
Exactly. So because of that, you are able to separate what should come in 10 to 20% of the time and what should be 80% of your life's energy and work and all of those things.
I have not played basketball in...
I feel for you, bro.
Bro, you know.
I feel for you.
Bro, I don't have anything to let off my competitive edge anymore. That's immediate. Guy. No monopoly either, bro. Ha!
Oh my God.
See, monopoly, I can almost lose my salvation.
Guys.
For monopoly. Oh, no. God.
Oh my God.
The Daniel you see. No.
Guys. Oh my God.
They are buying me for 350. Bring your 2K. If you want to rebuy, bring your 2K, bro. It's more.
Oh
no.
My God.
No.
Home training out the window.
Bro.
Go on.
Home training is near salvation. It's not that salvation cannot be shaken.
Bro.
Go on. Monopoly is different. Daniel and Monopoly is different. I will not lie. I'm an animal.
Yeah.
Like full disclosure.
I'm still very composed. I try my best.
He's a lie. He's a dirty lie. People hate playing Monopoly games. But you get why. You get why. Moving on. I haven't played basketball in months.
Yeah.
But I'm not bothered. I know what is missing, but I'm not bothered. Let me try to not read. Let me try to not...
No, now.
No. Self-management, one of the most important things you have to do, one of the first things you have to do is separating what you should do from what you can do.
Yes.
The fact that you can do it does not mean that you should be doing it.
Yes.
It is about, some people say that they want to prioritize their schedule. No. You schedule your priorities.
Yeah, bro, 100%.
So that means you have done the good work of deciding these are the things that I'm going to focus on that make me fulfilled, that make for success, that make me happy.
Bro.
Like once you have done that, now we know what we are working with. Again, differentiate what you should do from what you can do. I think this might be one of the first, if not the very first thing you need to define. It's like incredibly fundamental.
Let me just add to that before you go on. And it's that when you think about scheduling your priorities, here's the thing. The thing is, you must first decide in your life, what is the thing you are aspiring for or to right now? So let's say you want to learn a new language. That means you should make sure that learning a new language, activities that help you move towards learning that new language, show up in your schedule.
100%.
Every single day, if not every other day, or 100%. Whatever frequency you choose. You get me? If it was something else, like making money, the activities that lead to making money must be in the schedule.
100%.
Because imagine when you say you want to make money, but you are busy making, I wanted to say TikTok videos, but no. Oh my God, no, guys. TikTok videos don't work because definitely there is some monetization strategy there. Do you get me? But guys, you get what I mean? So if you say you want to make money, the activities that fit into your schedule must help you get to that. And the problem also is that the volume of money you want to make must be clear. So that you will say that these activities help you get to that point.
Bro.
But else, like you in your mind, you are being quote unquote productive. But like if your goal was 80K.
This is such a sneaky...
Bro.
This thing you just said...
Bro.
It's like, how big do you want it? How fast do you want it?
Yeah.
I just say yes. That's just what we do.
Yes, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
How big do you want it? How fast
Yes.
do you want it? Yes. So for us, we are by no means the hardest workers in the world.
Oh, no.
But we know that there are people that don't like us.
Yeah.
Because they work for us. Or they have worked for us.
Same group chat.
So, and there are people that tell me that they will sleep better. It was a doctor friend of mine, and I don't like this may be wrong. It may not be wrong, right? But a doctor friend of mine, very dear to me, told me, Daniel, you say you sleep 6 hours a day, but the number of hours you work in the middle of the day and the number of things you do in those hours, you're living like 2-3 lives at the same time. You're living like the lives of 2-3 lives that want to be elite performers. You're living their foundational building lives at the same time. So the amount of rest you're getting, even though you're shouting,
it's only one life.
It's only one life. You're not getting the amount of rest that is truly commensurate to the amount of work you do.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of what she said that made sense to me. I don't know if like the science or like math, like whatever carries across.
Yeah.
But like I could understand that. But this thing that you just said about matching your inputs to the output you want to get. You can't be telling me you want to do something this big. Like, you can't tell me you want to make $1 million a year. You give me 50K.
Exactly.
I give me 50K a year.
That's the problem. Exactly. It's not just the energy. It's the quote unquote the productivity.
The productivity, 100%.
Because in your mind you are productive, but you're only. I mean, if we do the math, you're only going to end up somewhere around 50K.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can argue that you were productive, but I mean,
you produce results now.
Yeah, you were shooting for $1 million. You were shooting for $1 million.
I wanted to say something very, very, but I promised I was not going to make.
Daniel.
Let's leave it alone.
Go on.
So yeah, so far we've covered separate what you should do from what you can do.
Yes.
And while you're at it, be sure that the inputs that you are putting in match the outputs that you want to get.
Yes.
So what would come next, in my opinion and in my experience, would be, let me paint a picture. Imagine you've gone for a meeting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, and there are a couple of people in the meeting. Let's say you're leading the meeting. You have an agenda, you have things, and it was a productive meeting. This is you having, in this case, you have scheduled your priorities.
Yes.
But a productive meeting, all of a sudden they now have action items.
Go on.
No,
Go.
Today is not that day. They are coming for workplace people. Today is not that day.
Oh my God. It took me a while to deep point. Go on.
I'm coming for them. So you now have action items.
Yeah.
As is a team now, you can delegate, do this.
Yeah.
In self-management, you're delegating to yourself.
Yes.
There is nobody
Yeah.
to delegate that to.
Yeah.
So you have to do the seemingly, it might be painstaking, it might not be, but you have to be detailed, you have to be thorough about this process. You have to do the seemingly painstaking work of accounting for inputs.
Yes.
And scheduling, like, if you miss this, you will be dreaming in the clouds.
Yeah.
But there has to be a balance to dreaming. Yes, dream with your heads in the clouds, but with your feet on the ground.
On the ground, bro.
Know how to get boots to ground immediately.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we said is a value for us in 0 to X is that the space between idea
and
or vision and execution is almost non-existent. The moment we determine that an idea is like Amara, Daniel, let's
start doing.
It's being done.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. So if you miss this step, right, everything just becomes, you become the kind of person that writes goals and nothing happens. You become the kind of person that we're begging at the beginning of the year, yeah, please write.
Yeah.
Please write your goals. If you work,
yeah,
we will hold you out and show you how it works, right?
Yes.
You become that kind of person, you become lethargic because you are not, this really might as well been a goal setting masterclass or a goal achieving masterclass, to be fair.
Yeah.
Might as well have been. you have decided that these are the priorities, these are the pillars of things that make sense for this is what I should be doing. This is what I will be doing. You need to properly inventory anything that counts as input, as effort, in time, in resource, in strength, in cognitive demand.
Bro, in cognitive demand.
There are so many tiny things, bro.
If you know that your brain can only allow 4 hours at a go before you rest.
Bro.
Guy, I love my body. I'm thankful to God for my body. And
it indicates.
And it's the simple things. For example, my body tells me when it's time to stand up.
Yeah.
You know that thing where they tell you work for about 30 minutes or so. Take a break.
Your own body self-regulating.
Bro, guy, stand. Like, this is enough, man. What I used to do is, like, I suddenly just start feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Do you get me? But guys, it's in those things because the thing is you want to be your most productive. So 100%. This may or may not apply to you. Do you get me? But like Daniel said, in cognitive demand, knowing how, especially if you know that, okay, I function better with a certain type of information format. So let's say I function better if my stuff I'm taking in is video as opposed to reading. My ability to focus when it is text-based content is very low. Let's say at best I do 30-45 minutes and I'm distracted, for example. That would mean that automatically I'm thinking if I perform better with video, then I should optimize around
100%. 100%.
It's these things, guys. It's these things.
100. Like the devil in the details,
bro.
Like this is I said about cognitive demand. I'm happy Amara picked up on it because,
bro, it's such a big point.
It's like, what do you do with your best energies,
bro? This is a very good place to sit. Let's sit here a bit. See, in one of the earlier episodes in season 1, because I can't remember which one it was, guys. Daniel said sometimes you would find that your early hours are your best hours for productivity. So common sense should tell you. I mean, it might not be so common, but I mean, you should automatically be thinking, how can I make the best use of these hours? If these are the hours I know that I function. I mean, personally, I know how to spread myself over 9 to 5. Do you get me? But a lot of people might not. Do you get me? For some, I know that for a lot of people, within the hours of 12 and 2 p.m., like your body needs rest. Like, do you get me? So it's all these things. Like you're being aware of what exactly you need. To get the outputs you want, and you're playing to your strengths. You're playing to your strengths. So the moment you say, "Oh, for me, I know how best to make use of my early hours of the day," you've won half the battle.
Or if it's like I have a colleague, she's super. She tells me, Daniel, if you want to no, she doesn't work in that. Like, see, when you want to ask me for demand, is to call me in the afternoon. That's our own. She's incredibly efficient.
It's a beautiful level of self-awareness. It's a very beautiful level of self-awareness.
Use what you have to get what you want.
Guys, our friend Benjamin. Oh my God.
See, I have not seen a person as optimized. Oh my God.
Sometimes I'm like, how does this guy do it? Guys, he's nocturnal. So the rest of us are sleeping.
Benji is Benji. I can't say it's not like.
No, bro. I mean, that's crazy, but he also has the ability to function during the day as well.
It's wild.
But this guy knows that he does his best work when there is no noise around him. The environment is very quiet. And typically that's in the night. And you'll find that this guy just sets up, he designs his life.
Benji works from the night
to morning. Bruh. And when we're waking up, he's going to bed. Like, fabulous, man.
Bruh.
Fabulous.
Bruh.
Bro. So that thing about knowing what hours work best for you, I know.
Guys, we're getting into the nitty-gritty of it, right? This is like the day-to-day.
It's in the how. It's in the how, guys.
It's in the
actually do. If you're going to actually self-manage, what does that look like?
100%. 100%. So it's like, okay, these are the inputs. This is my body. Because you need your body, so please take care of it.
I say it all the time, your body is a machine, guys.
Take care of it.
You need to take proper care.
It can break your heart when your mind is thinking of things you to do and
your body can't keep up.
Do it.
Your body can't keep up. Yeah.
It will break your heart.
Yeah.
Especially when like you've got into the group of, oh, I want to do this. I'm finding that now. So like I'm being more intentional about sleep, and I sleep 6 hours. But like I have to take my friend's advice and regulate how I work.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because my mind is thinking of things and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh bro, that's
this
body. You know those kinds of splitting headaches that just you are annoyed at the headache.
Like why now?
Bro, like your mind is thinking of all the things that you ought to be using your time to do, and your head is just like banging the hell out. Like,
bro, just before we came to shoot today, I got a call from my boss. He also said, Daniel, rest. That's what he said, because like
guys, take your body seriously.
I was supposed to say something. I didn't do yesterday evening. We talked about it this afternoon. I was like, guy, rest. Don't do anything this weekend. That's literally what he said. Right? And it's like, this body, yeah, if you need to exercise and understand this, the strength and the endurance that your body needs to be able to do the things you imagine can be built.
Yes.
It can be built, but you need to be patient with yourself and you need to do right by your body in the first place.
Yeah.
This life that you want to live, no matter how ambitious you are, it's your body that you're going to use to enjoy it. Primarily, it is the point of contact.
I always love the analogy Steve Barley gave. Guys, Steve Barley is the CEO
of Diary of a CEO.
He's the host of the Diary of a CEO podcast. But yes, he is the CEO of Diary of a CEO.
He's done plenty of things like bust. It probably is different, man.
And he said, guys, think about your health like this tool. He said the table, but let's use this tool. Everything you want to achieve in life is on top of this tool. So the relationship goals, the wealth goals, the spiritual goals, the business goals, the financial goals, they are all they all sit here. But the table itself is your health. If any leg should shake, everything shakes. Everything shakes, my guy.
That is
like I heard that analogy from him. I was like, that's such a beautiful analogy.
Like, bro, it brings it all together beautifully, man.
If anything shakes, man, everything takes a pause.
Everything shakes. That's such a good illustration, man.
Yeah.
That's such a good illustration.
Yeah.
So, but know that you can build the ability. Be patient with yourself. Yes, you're saying as it's doing you. You went to go and listen to motivational videos on YouTube. Now you're like, this thing. You want to go and read Elon Musk's book, you read Steve Jobs, you're feeling like, ginger. Like, sometimes you might start out and realize that your body cannot do the hours it is capable of eventually, but please be responsible with it. But the ability, but at first you might be, I can only do so much work for 3 hours and I feel, and you feel like if you try to force it, it's imaginary returns on effort. So like,
bro,
at those guys, like, if you follow the trend of the conversation, there is a trajectory we are following. But we say these hacks in between. That you just realize that, these things make your journey easier, that much easier. Like that point where you want to deep work 6 hours a day, and 2-3 hours you'll be already stressing. My suggestion: take a break. Come back again. Don't try too much, because it just becomes marginal utility, like marginal returns on the amount of and on the energy and time that you're putting in.
To make it simpler to comprehend, let's say for every Joe. I said Joe.
Joe is hard.
Physics. I went far. For every unit of energy you put in, you get a certain level of work output. 3 hours in, you find that your body is struggling. It means that for the same unit of energy you are putting in now, you are getting less work output. And it just keeps deteriorating like that. So it just makes sense that you rest. Just get the rest. And then, like he said, the strength to do these things can be built. But you have to decide to build them.
But you have to decide to build them. So
I like the points you've covered so far.
Be intentional about your body, right? So, but the points that we're currently on is know the inputs.
Exactly.
For all of these things, like take proper stock of them. This demands this demands, because this will tell you what to schedule.
100%.
Now you know your priorities. How do you schedule them? What will you say I need to do now? What will you say, okay, I'll wait 3 to 6 months before we do? Amara and I had a meeting yesterday and we're like, okay, this can't start now. This will start in Q2.
Yeah.
This will start in Q4. This will start mid Q3. Because we're like, given the resources, and if we have to manage these things, like to squeeze them to get the very best out of them, we have to pace certain things.
Yeah.
No matter how impatient we are about seeing the results from those activities, we have to pace certain things.
Yes.
So you need to understand, you need to be in tune, first of all, like we said, with your priorities. Know what you can do, but more importantly, know what you should do.
Yes.
Very important. And the next one, what are the inputs to the things that you should do?
Yes, make
what
sure
do these things demand?
Exactly.
And how do I schedule these things on a daily basis?
Yes.
Once you understand this, and you have to be thorough.
Yeah.
So for instance, now something that I have done, and this maybe this might help you paint a better picture, especially as regards cognitive demand. My work is split into creative stuff and routine stuff.
Yes.
There is stuff I can do in my sleep. There's stuff I can do in the back of my hand, but there's stuff I need to think. Right?
Yeah.
So what did I do? I figured out my work environment, blah, 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 like added some near permanence to it. Yeah? And I was like, okay, I have this number of hours to work within a day. Let's imagine it's 5 hours of work I had to do in a day. I'm like, okay, I start my day with the most challenging thing. Because I'm fresher in the morning. I started with the most cognitively demanding thing. Then I can't do it. This will help someone that procrastinates. It will help you.
True.
I have found, see, every procrastinator knows this. You will dread starting a project.
Yeah.
But the moment you start the project on the deadline, like, why did I put this off?
Yeah.
It was so simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just means that you haven't gotten yourself to the point where you can visualize what solving that problem would look like. That's what it is.
100%, bro.
So I've just done, okay, in the morning I'm brightest, I'm more, I can experiment, I can try stuff out and then actually get results.
Yeah.
Oh, I put the most cognitively challenging thing in the morning. The thing I have to be more creative at, I put it in the morning. So as I go through the normals of the day, it shifts from creative to more routine stuff. So this day, writing a report.
I see.
That comes at the end of the day.
That's an interesting angle.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
That's an interesting way to think about things.
So like, I have the appropriate energy for this. Oh, I have to put a video together. Okay, I can do that I'm working. I can do that on my iPad and I'm just shooting like it's a bigger screen than my phone.
I completely get that.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
So, I don't take that approach, but it's a similar approach because these days, how I design my mornings is I just put the stuff that I know are the key drivers. 100%. The things that actually move the needle towards the outcome I'm trying to get for my life. I put them first. I found that typically I put everything next.
I found that typically in my experience, the things that demand the most creative or cognitive, and again, these things are nuanced. Yeah. I'm nice to say these things. That's why we share these examples. I love you said that is not how I do mine. Like it's beautiful. Yeah. But the principles carry. But I found that in my experience, the things that demand that are seemingly more cognitively demanding are the 1, 2, 3 things that are actually the key things that move the needle forward for me. You understand what I'm trying to say? So I just found out, okay, in successive number of hours, as it goes down, it's less cognitive demand for me to get that thing done. So can we summarize by saying, put the things that move the needle 100% during your most productive hours? This is still schedule your priorities. At the end of the day, schedule your priorities, it is still schedule your priorities. Yeah, 100%. But because we don't want that to remain vague, this is what it would look like. This is the how, guys. This is the how. It is the how we are trying to give you guys, so you know what to do. Yeah. You know what to expect. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? 100%. So let's talk about rest a bit. I mean, resting during that time frame of productivity. So if you say 9 to 5, what does resting look like for you within 9 to 5? Do you go blazing through? I think that there are very few people that can do that. And there are very few circumstances that they would do that in. Right? People that will be able to do that, they are not necessarily doing cognitively demanding work. They are typically in a process of discovery or figuring things out. So it will just so happen that the amount of time it takes to figure that thing out is just that long.
Just that long, okay.
So they can stay in that sustained space of focus for that long. So if you're writing code and you're trying to figure out, okay, how to solve a particular problem, is one thing that you're doing.
That's debugging, bro. Oh my God.
It is the one thing that you were doing.
Well done.
It is the one thing that you were doing, right? But the process towards achieving that one thing just happens to be long. Aside programmers, other good examples are video editors.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry, it's hilarious. Oh my God. It is one thing or a couple of things that they're doing, but the length of time each thing takes. So you will see them and be imagining these guys can work hard for so long. They are able to do that. Like, I'm trying to manage expectations so that you don't say, okay, because majority of people will still be comfortable just taking it easy. Yeah. But 0 to X kind of speaks to the people that want to be a little more ambitious, that want a little more out of life. So odds are they want to be able to put in a few hours more than they're used to because now they want more. Yeah. Daniel and Amara brainwash them to say, bruh, you write 100K, you write 250, bro. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it's like, there are very few people and very few circumstances that you'll be able to work 10 hours straight. Video editors, programmers, because they're doing 1 or 2, 3 things, but the length of time it takes to finish that thing can just be really long. That is why it's easier for them to remain in that space of focus. Or people doing research projects. It just takes them
research though.
Yeah. Like when you're building the body of work, right? You're as I said, discovering things.
Okay.
You're figuring out how to solve the problem. It's one thing you're doing, figuring out how to solve the problem. So you are just in that space of focus. But if you have a couple of clearly defined things to do, moving on from one task or deliverable to another, like doing 10 in a row will frankly exhaust you.
It will.
Will frankly exhaust you.
It will.
So you kind of have to figure out a way to schedule and space them. And you do the kind of rest that will not just take you out of the entire work vibe.
I like the points you just made. I just remember something. So my younger brother reached out to me. He was citing something with the struggles he was having with setting up, with scheduling, designing his day.
Sorry, I have found that there are a lot of people that have trouble scheduling.
Yes.
And designing their days. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So in the designing of his day, I can't remember what he said. I think he said reading his Bible for like 4 p.m. I'm not dragging him. It's hilarious. So guys, think about it. Follow my train of thought. So he said, and that's guys, this is the beautiful thing about trial and error. That it allows you over time to become aware. It's a self-awareness journey. Yeah. To become aware of what your strengths and weaknesses are and how to play to your strengths. Yeah. So he sets his Bible reading for, I think, for 4 p.m. I might be wrong. If you see this and finds out I'm wrong, you kill me. But anyway, so he sets his Bible reading for 4 p.m. and he's like, Amara, I found that by the time I get to 4 p.m., I'm tired. I can't read. I'm really not understand. I'm not understanding anything. Like, you would think that a task as maybe not simple, but a task as seemingly easy to go through, like reading your Bible, can come by 4 p.m. But he's mentally exhausted. Bruh. His brain's spent.
I understand that.
Do you get me? So just that simple awareness to redesign the day and say, no, we're not doing this at this time. Let's move this to a time where I know I still have a lot more reserves, energy reserves.
Or another, and like there are multiple ways to skin a cat.
Yes.
Instead of reading the Bible study is the goal, right?
Yes.
Listen to a sermon. It's a more laid back approach. You're still getting the word in you, right? Yeah. Like the moment you're open to, this is why Amara and I we've spoken about this bottom line thinking. Yeah. Once you understand, this is the fundamental thing that we are trying to achieve.
Yes.
Then we are more open to ethical, legal, creative ways of trying to do that thing. I like how you
pointed ethical.
I beg you.
Please, our core values in Joters are very clearly stated. We don't involve ourselves in anything that look or seem to be misinterpreted as unethical.
100%. Yeah. So you find thinking, creative ways. You want to get the word in you. Yeah. So instead of like it just doesn't fit with your lifestyle. Listen to a sermon.
the beautiful thing about designing your day is
you know
nobody. I think somebody once asked me to help them design their day, and I was like, as much as I would love to be able to help you do this, I don't think I have the capacity to. And it's simply because you know you better than I know you, or I can ever know you. In fact, when you're going through those tough times, I'm not there to say, oh yeah, this is how you navigate this. You are the one that figured out that, oh yeah, this is the best way I have been able to come up with to navigate this tough time. For that reason, I can say it makes sense that I deal with things this way.
100%.
Do you get me? So it's like only you can best schedule and design your day in a way that works best for you. But in the middle of all of that, you must still be able to say, yes, I've designed it in a way that allows for both productivity and rest. And it's
100%.
Beautiful synergy.
100%. I think it's something you figure out as you go.
Yes.
Right? Something you figure out as you go.
You keep reiterating, and then eventually you find the perfect, and I use that word very intentionally. You find something that seems like your perfect
for you
routine.
Like if you give someone else, like, please.
It will not work. At the moment you find that thing that works for you, guys, hold it.
See,
guard it.
That's your life and your destiny.
Guard it, guys. I can tell you for free. Because here's the thing: if you let somebody or something, let me give you an example. So in your house, you found that, oh yes, easy for you to get to work 7 a.m., take a break 10 a.m., maybe wash clothes or do something that's for like 30 minutes or thereabout, get back to work at another time, maybe then commit to some other extracurricular activity between the hours of 2 and 3. Whatever it is, you found that design and it works for you, but then you now travel. It's very easy for that entire thing that you have built, that beautiful art.
That's a sanctuary.
It's very easy for it to scatter.
100%. I know what you mean.
It's super easy for it to scatter.
Yeah.
So you have, in that moment where you have realized that, yes, I have changed, and that's the thing with environments. And guys, we have talked so much about environments, but environments are one very big factor. But to not digress on the environment thing, but in this situation where you have found that because you have changed the environment, there's a very high possibility that your quote and unquote scheduling and routines might scatter. You now have to pay more attention.
100%.
You have to give more time
100%.
to making sure that those things work outside of the conditions that you designed them.
Yes.
So that you can go back to those same conditions later and continue from where you stopped.
I 100%.
But if somebody comes into your space, for example, and is also attempting to disrupt that thing, you may not even be aware that this person is attempting to disrupt. Let's say the person still sleeps by 8 a.m. and the person is a loud snorer, and you stay working by 7 a.m. That person is snoring like an elephant, for example, bro. You're just like, guys, you like, for the first day you overlook it, second day you overlook it, but like it's slowly and gradually affecting your productivity levels. You want to, as much as possible, mitigate fast.
100%.
Mitigate fast.
100%.
Because if you let it go, before you know it, everything starts shaking. Like,
100%.
You start struggling to get back into your rhythm. And guys, there is indeed a rhythm.
There is a rhythm.
There is a rhythm.
There is a rhythm.
Yeah.
I remember, and I think I learned this inadvertently when I was in GS3, which I think is the equivalent of grade 9, I think. So I found out that I participated better in class when I took a walk just before each.
Crazy.
So the moment the teacher went out,
as that, bro.
The moment the teacher went out, like the way of your body just stand up. Is where I would stand up and walk and then come back, and I find out that I'm able to concentrate more. Had the best result that year.
Wild.
Like I was typically one of the best.
Yeah.
But since I started doing that, I had the best result that year.
And then imagine somebody disrupting that Daniel's routine.
I go stone you shit. I go stone my black F+1.
Oh my god. Again, guys, it's bottom line thinking. It's bottom
line thinking, right? It's bottom line thinking. So like for me, the nuances are just progressively. And I've shared this before. I don't take meetings before 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
6 to 12 or whenever to whenever, like whatever block of time till 12.
Yeah.
Right. It's time for me to work on deliverables.
Yeah.
And then 12 o'clock is routine stuff, meetings and every blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I just found out that works for me.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So at the end of the important things, like we said, know the important.
Yes.
Know the inputs.
Know the things you should be doing.
Because this is the day to day. I don't think a lot of people will have a problem with the first step that we mentioned.
Yeah.
Which is know what you can do, then know what you should do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the second step we mentioned was know the inputs.
Yes.
Right? What we're kind of like talking about now is now putting them into the day.
Yes.
Because that's where self-management is.
Yeah.
On a day-to-day basis. It is your ability, I love the points Amara made, to essentially self-correct in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Finding what is optimal for you. There are some people that they are great at working at home.
My brother, this thing you just said.
I have found out that I can. I didn't even know that I would focus better going out of my house.
Yeah.
Until I tried it.
Yeah.
The amount of work I got done that day, I was like, the world is in trouble, man. If I keep this up, bruh.
Oh my God.
I have a friend. He says, for him to be able to work at home, so especially because remote work is pretty much everywhere now.
Yeah.
It's either you're remote or hybrid or whatever. He says he carries his bed outside.
Let's not be
He does not want to see.
I don't want to see anything that looks like
it looks like sleep. He does not want to see that at all.
That's so good, man.
There was a time I found out that when I was still at my mom's place, that you would think that the natural place to work at is to come and work on your table and your chair and be working. Until one day, I just went and sat down in one of the couches in the living room and spread my leg over something.
And you're like,
bro, I just they move.
What is this magic?
What is this product? I just they move, bro.
Oh my God.
You just find out that you stumble on something that just makes you.
It just clicks,
bro.
That's that rhythm, guys. That's that rhythm.
The rhythm.
When you.
This is when work starts to feel good.
Good,
this
bro.
Is when work starts to feel good.
I like how you brought this full circle.
Bro,
love it.
Like you're just
yeah.
Nothing can stop you, man.
Yeah.
Nothing can stop you. So, fact of the matter is, self-management, self-leadership for productivity will be an exercise in optimizing for how best you work. I like what I think Ali Abdal's new book is, Feel Good Productivity. I would like to read the book.
Yeah.
Because I think it's the same
idea, basically.
Same idea, basically, like working on the things that are important to you.
To the point where
because you're going to work on them
them
for a very long time.
Yes. So it makes sense that
there is some level yes, it's hard, yes, it's long, but you should feel great about like, what you do. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You should feel great about what you do. So this is what self-management and self-leadership for productivity looks like.
That's what it looks like, guys.
You need to first of all know what you can do, but know what you should do. Yeah. Second of all, know what the inputs, know what it takes. Third, schedule the inputs. Bro. And then fourth, just optimize.
Keep optimizing.
It is in these finer details that
you would arrive at.
These slight changes will just be elevating your productivity like you're a monster, you're the office MVP. Yeah. Anybody wants to get things done, they're sending it to you first because they just know that see, the moment you tell your boss that report is going to be ready, it's going to get any investor on the board that don't worry,
we got you. 8 a.m. tomorrow. We got you.
Amara says 6 p.m. Don't worry. You be in your district. Yeah. Just what I'm trying to say. That is how. So, guys. Yeah. This is what it takes. This is what it takes.
100% what it takes.
This is what it takes. So
100% what it takes.
Be graceful with yourself. We were trying to figure out what these nuances are. Be graceful with yourself.
Pick up Atomic Habits. Now that you mentioned Ali Abdal's book, I think you should check that out as well.
100%.
Feel Good Productivity.
Like there's so much good advice out there, man.
There's a lot of people doing great stuff. There's
100%. And like we have the benefit of them documenting their learnings.
Bro.
And like that's what we have the benefit of reading and practicing and seeing them work.
Yes.
One of the reasons why Amara and I started 0 to X, Alex, whom we love, in whom we are well pleased.
My God.
Bruh. I believe it was him that said, how cool would it have been if Warren Buffett had a YouTube, like, for us to see
if
what
he had journaled his entire
like,
experience.
Exactly.
Taking 100K to what?
My God.
80-something billion USD.
Like, that would have been insane. If he had journaled that
would have been insane.
Like it's all
real transformational knowledge available for the world.
Like It's like real experience, so that you know
Yes.
that this thing that you're going through, that you're making a big deal about it, is typical.
Yeah.
We make things a big deal because we don't know that, oh, it's common to man. Everybody faces it. It's not as bad as you think.
100%, bro.
But you just think your own is different. Do you understand? But seeing the experiences, taking peeks behind the curtain and seeing what really happened, picking under the hood and seeing what really happens, I found that the books that have been the most rewarding for me have been books that were more story-based than principle-based, which is why one of the best books I've ever read, The Hard Things About Hard Things by Ben Horowitz.
I haven't touched it.
Bro,
but you mentioned it a lot of times.
It is just stories upon stories of how the company almost died and went up and died. Bro, you'll be learning lessons in decision making. The thing is resetting your mind, is letting you know, is making you know, this is what to do.
Yes.
Bruh, like, it was incredibly useful. Incredibly useful. The amount of value I gleaned from that book at that point in my life, in the companies I was working with, bro, like it couldn't have been better timed.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been better timed. So like,
I love that
there is an abundance of amazing knowledge out there.
Guys,
right?
There is 100%.
So guys, take advantage of it. Amara and I are doing this as an open journal in some way, in some sorts,
guys,
so that 4 or 5 years when the wins are obvious,
guys,
you will know
there will be a proper way to look back
100%.
and apply things that we applied.
You will know that Daniel wasn't always this because we said it.
Yeah.
Because I literally made a promise here and said, I'm going to build habits by putting everything in the calendar and visually tracking.
Yeah.
And then I came back to share that, oh my God, it leveled this up for me.
Yeah.
So you would know, someone 5 years from now would see that video and all I need is a calendar app or a Notion template that I can just mark X on, and I'm building that. So you won't feel stuck about or feel bad about, I can't seem to make progress on this thing and I don't know why. It's a simple problem. Someone has lived it out already.
Yes.
Find a solution there.
Yeah. Guys, as always, we hope that these nuggets were powerful enough to have you thinking, to have you also examine your life.
100%.
And to have you think about ways to optimize your life to be better.
100%.
We thank you, as always, for making Zero to X.
Our commitment in Zero to X is to bring you the most inspiring, the most helpful, the most practical. The most inspiring conversations, the most practical help to make real meaningful change in your life. So please, if you found this useful, please like, subscribe, comment, subscribe, and share it to a friend or 10.
Love it, bro. Love it, bro.
All right, guys, as always, thank you for hanging out with us, and we will see you in the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.